25 facts about DC Comics that you might have not known. Number 1. The Divine Presence and Lucifer's dad, whose name is also the Presence, are not the same character. Here is the author of the Dr. Fate series, of which the Divine Presence was first mentioned, confirming this on Twitter. Number 2. According to 2018's Milk Wars, the Overvoid contains existence, and existence contains infinite repeating narrative layers that have no bottom, similarly to a fractal snowflake endlessly looping downward the further you go. Number 3. Perpetua's multiverse wasn't the true historical account. It was explained to have been made by Darkseid in Justice League Odyssey and also Secret Files number 6. Number 4. The Great Darkness was entirely a projected energy construct that Vandal Savage made using a gold lantern ring to trick everyone. This was confirmed in Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes. Number 5. The context of the original DC Multiverse map in 2014 was that Nyx Wotan, son of Mandrak, was dreaming and sustaining all of existence after the events of 2008. Number 6. Superman's multiverse-breaking punch that happened during the events of Justice League 2018, otherwise called the World Forger Punch, was not a physical feat. The location of the sixth dimension had a context of being entirely beyond the parameters of conceptual imagination, and Batman and the rest of the League were just fine, standing right next to what the others considered a high-tier, multiversal ending physical strike. Number 7. Countdown to Final Crisis and Final Crisis came out at the exact same time, both written by completely different teams, both using the same general idea of the Monitors, but both sets of writers wrote the Monitors with completely different origins and parameters. Number 8. The original version of the Empty Hand, as seen in the Multiversity, was labeled as the embodiment of all villains and the reader's hand manifesting as the ultimate villain that will close the comic book. Number 9. It's extremely likely that during the 2023 to 2024 Outsiders series, Duke Thomas literally cut his way out of a non-canon dark multiverse story and into bleed space between the canons, meaning another character named Jaquita in the process who was also there. Number 10. The 2018 reappearance of Mandrak is not the original Mandrak that was sent back to the Overvoid during the events of 2008's Final Crisis. This Mandrak was written into the cosmology by the Cosmic Armor Superman as a form of mercy, according to the author in this interview. Number 11. In hilarious foreshadowing, during Justice League Odyssey, a literal flying comic panel can be seen hurling through hypertime with no explanation or reason, with the symbol of Perpetua on it, heading right towards Darkseid's secret hideout. This alludes to the idea that Secret File 6 revealed, that Darkseid wrote the story arc of Perpetua's entire multiverse timeline. Number 12. After the events of 2022's Dark Crisis, the Flash goes into the greater Omniverse to investigate more and accidentally runs into the Crisis on Infinite Earths version of the Anti-Monitor. This version of him implies that the son of Perpetua, the other Anti-Monitor from the Metal series, was not the true Anti-Monitor. The real Anti-Monitor has been rampaging around the original Crisis on Infinite Earths multiverse this entire time that was located above and outside of the Perpetua multiverse. This Anti-Monitor is shocked to see the Flash is still alive, because the last time he saw him, the Flash sacrificed himself and died. Number 13. We get some confirmation of this in the series of interviews from the author that says that the Greater Omniverse is actually the Lost Multiverse 2, which is the other name of the Crisis on Infinite Earths multiverse that the Anti-Monitor deleted. Number 14. During the Incarnate Issue 4 exposition of the Great Darkness and the origins of the multiverse, it is said that the light might be the Overvoid. However, in Dark Crisis 7, the heroes find out that the light's parameters are simply the light around any creation, and that each creation in the greater omniverse has its own light around it. Number 15. Dial H for Hero makes some of the best homages to Dragon Ball and a lot of other franchises. Number 16, during the events of Lucifer 2000, the Presence, the biblical god and creator, labels himself the ultimate deceiver and liar. Number 17, during 2018's Unexpected series, Nyx Wotan and Alden Quench meet and battle on Earth 1927, which is not a part of the local 52 orrery and may be considered an entirely separate multiverse. Number 18. Many canons of DC Comics insist that creation or existence was designed by various potential creators, such as the Source, the Divine Presence, Lucifer's father, the biblical god, and more. However, in Final Crisis, it's revealed that existence is emergent and uncreated, which means it manifested into being without a designer. Number 19. Also in 2008's Final Crisis, Captain Allen, a variant of Superman intended as homage to Dr. Manhattan, merges with the realm of limbo and achieved quantum superposition in a conceptual realm that is defined as the superflow of continuity, but not just for DC, but for all franchises. This is the same location from Animal Man issue 26, where the main character meets the author avatar of Grant Morrison. Number 20. The name Overmonitor is a reference to Mar Novu, the original monitor from Crisis on Infinite Earths. The Overvoid, the monitor mind, is the name of the non-existence realm of non-being that during the events of 2008's Final Crisis became sentient for a brief time. Number 21. In the original Crisis on Infinite Earths story, Swamp Thing frequents the sphere of gods and abstract locations beyond the scope of understanding quite often. However, when he was taken to the time stream by Constantine, Swamp Thing couldn't grasp or comprehend the trip. Number 22. Also in the same series, during the final battle, during the Spectre and the Anti-Monitor's fight, it is stated that the blast wave of energy hitting the Spectre was so great that the Spectre and his master, the Presence, could not cope with or understand the full power of the Anti-Monitor. Number 23. Countdown monitors in the series Countdown to Final Crisis, as mentioned in the 7th point I've made in this video, disliked Bleed Space, didn't understand it, and wanted it wiped from existence for interfering with their work, and they cannot see what lies beyond it. However, monitors of Nil from Final Crisis consume Bleed Space, exist above it, and find themselves vampire addicts that must consume more of it. Number 24. Mandrak, the original version, is cited as the corrupted aspect of the Overvoid that was split off and considered the infected portion of the Monitor Mind. This is further corroborated by Steve Orlando, author of the Unexpected series, who says Mandrak is likely to be the Overvoid's avatar. Number 25. In one of my favorite comics ever, Mr. Mxyzptlk cosplayed as a man named Ben DeRoy, which is actually the name Beyonder with the letters switched around. He's also drawn extremely similarly to the Beyonder from Marvel in this issue and attempts to trick Superman until his shenanigans are discovered. Bonus number 26. The Countdown to Final Crisis monitors speculate that there's no such thing as the Prime Monitor, and that it's purely a legend and a myth. However, the Nil monitors of Final Crisis laughably have a monitor on their console named Prime Monitor Tehote. Well, that about does it for the first of many lists that I plan to make. Please let me know if you learned anything and which one of these 25 on this list was your favorite. Got any suggestions for any other top 10s or top 25s from any other franchises you'd like to hear about? Toss a comment below with your suggestion, and also remember to click the like button and join my Discord for more fun talks on comics and anime. Stay safe out there in the void. You never know what's lurking in the dark if you forget to like this video. Kaz bless, and thanks for watching.